Cigars versus cigarettes. It's pretty absurd that most people would consider them in like the same ballpark. This is the first time I've ever bought a carton of cigarettes. We're on Team Cigars, but we're gonna try and give you guys an honest video on why cigars are better.
Yep. Pack it up, dude.
You're supposed to pack. I think I'm doing it wrong.
I want to pack it down.
Yeah. The reason why you smoke a cigar is for delicious, nuanced flavors, a good time with your friends, or, you know, when you're reading a book. The reason why you smoke a cigarette is for the nicotine, because you want that. You gonna smoke right now?
Just teasing. Mom's watching.
Do the drugs.
Cover your eyes.
We're getting addicted right now for YouTube. The origin. Okay, so cigars came first.
Shit.
Christopher Columbus, he discovered the New World. He also discovered tobacco. The Cuban natives were smoking these huge cigars. They passed off the tobacco to the Spanish. They brought it back to Europe. The Europeans take these giant hand-rolled cigars that the natives were smoking, and they decided to do the same thing, but then put them in molds, so you got like a more unified shape. So that's why cigars are nice and even. But then, slowly but surely, cigarettes were invented. Cigarettes came about in the 18th century or 19th century?
At the end of the 1800s. Mechanization.
End of the 19th century, right.
Everyone was looking to make a buck. You got to mechanize everything. Your industrial output is magnified.
Make
10,
that cash
20,
money.
100-fold. Handmade products. Ew. What can we come up with? Cigarettes.
Machine-rolled tobacco with short filler.
Long filler for premium cigars, being that the leaves are folded in a long form. Short filler for cigarettes and or cheap cigars, where the tobacco is shredded into small bits and then just tried to pack evenly and uniform.
All right, let's talk about cost. You might think that's pretty stupid. Cigars are way more expensive than cigarettes. And you're right, but most people who smoke cigars maybe smoke one a day to one a week to one a month, and you'd still label yourself a cigar smoker. If you're smoking maybe one cigar a week, then yeah, I would say cigarettes are gonna be more expensive in the long run. And moving on to smoke time.
I've already smoked 2/3 of it in probably 5 minutes. I have not been inhaling this. I've just been puffing it. I also just realized why they're constantly flicking the cigarettes. Short filler, the ash falls off really easy. I just dropped a chunk on my table.
Cigar takes like anywhere from 45 minutes to 2.5 hours.
The longest cigar I've smoked was 2 hours, 40 minutes.
How many packs of cigarettes could you smoke? Cigars, they take a lot longer to smoke.
Gavin, let's inhale a cigarette.
You got a lot of new ones.
Sorry, I got plenty, bruh. Oh, and they're not packed well enough, dude. Come on,
You're
Gavin.
doing it upside down.
No, I'm packing it. Oh, fuck. Never mind.
Do you think you could get more girls smoking a cigarette as opposed to smoking a cigar?
I think you probably could at the club.
Yeah.
Are those the right girls? Look how much it's packed down.
That's a good looking cigarette, bro.
So anyways, you don't inhale a cigar ever. You'll get sick right away. There's no point. And you also won't taste anything. You'll just cough. But you do inhale a cigarette because you're trying to get high. So
it doesn't smell too bad. Maybe this Dunhill, it smells just like sweet Virginia. We're pipe smokers, and in pipe smoking, I smoke Virginia tobacco. Well, let's taste it. Oh, you gonna light it for me, bro? Okay. That's another thing. It takes like 2 milliseconds to light a cigarette. This is the first time I've ever inhaled a cigarette in my life.
It's not too bad.
I could feel a head rush already. Bit harsh, a little bit. What are you thinking? You addicted?
Well, less smoke comes out. Like if I were to puff it and then immediately blow that smoke out, you get a lot more smoke.
Yeah, I coughed. I'm just gonna puff it. Yeah, a lot more smoke comes out. A lot more flavor too. If I'm honest, I tasted a lot more.
Yeah, you're right. What does it taste like, by the way? Opinion?
Tastes to me like a sweet Virginia.
Comparative to a sweet Virginia as in pipe tobacco.
Yeah, but not as good. It's very one-dimensional. Pipe tobacco is very much layered like a cigar. There's raisin, there's honey, there's nut, there's caramel, there's vanilla, there's all kinds. I mean, this is just Virginia pipe tobacco. But yeah, this is just very one-dimensional, like sweet. And it doesn't even taste like raisin sweet. It just tastes like artificial sweetener sweet. So yeah, I think I'm good. I'm gonna put that down.
Not even half the cigarette. I already feel like a buzz. My friend who smokes cigarettes tells me that if he's drinking and smoking together, that it takes him far longer to get drunk or noticeably drunk than if he was just drinking. And so they counteract each other in some way. And God damn, does that cigar smell good?
It smells and tastes so much better. A cigarette is like vodka, no flavor, just all punch. Cigar is like a fine scotch or wine. It's got layers and bold, delicious flavors. And the aroma is great too. The aroma off of a cigar is like incense. The aroma off a cigarette smells like old ass casino. Again, we are heavily on Team Cigar. Can I try your cigar?
I'm smoking now you're smoking the El Rey del Mundo.
Yeah, the El Rey del Mundo. It's good. Construction. So a cigar is tobacco leaves, rolled by hand, picked by hand, and aged. Let me get one more puff. The top has got a circular cutout piece of tobacco. Most of the time, it's 2 or 3 caps. All it is just tobacco leaves.
The only additive to cigars would be a starch-based glue extracted from plants like corn or wheat or a couple other things, and that's used to hold the wrapper leaf in place, specifically on the caps. It's the same kind of organic, safe-to-eat adhesive that you find on the back of stamps.
It's odorless and it's tasteless. A cigarette is machine-made with a paper wrapper, and on the inside you have a combination of tobacco and reclaimed tobacco. Reclaimed tobacco is a loose word.
It's a misleading term.
Reclaimed tobacco is a combination of stems and tobacco dust that's been swept up off the factory floor, as well as tobacco from cigarettes that have gone past their prime and they can't sell it, so it gets recalled. And they take those recalled cigarettes and they throw it into a giant vat with the tobacco dust and all that stuff. In that vat, they create like a tobacco tea or stew. And then they mix in various chemicals that add to the nicotine's absorption rate and potency, and also smooths out the flavor and the harshness from all that nicotine, because nicotine typically tastes very harsh.
If you inhale tobacco from a cigar, it's going to burn your lungs. So they add these extra chemicals as part of this, concoction for recalled tobacco to make it less harsh to inhale.
After they mix up all these chemicals with the tobacco stew or tea, they spray this onto paper, and then they shred the paper, and then they call that reclaimed tobacco. It's not what I'm into, so I'm gonna put that down. I'll pick this up. Okay, moving on to Do You Feel Withdrawals? I used to smoke cigars every day when I was in college, and then I moved to Korea. I didn't have any withdrawal symptoms at all. I stopped cold turkey, and then I realized I could get them shipped to Korea. And then I was like, hell yeah, let's do that, because I love the flavor, but I only smoke about 1 cigar a week. It's not really a addiction if you only smoke it once a week, because I don't feel cravings all week long or anything like that. You got the hiccups. Let's do a little whiskey cheers. Yeah. Good luck stopping cigarettes. Those chemicals that they add in the... Stop fucking hiccuping.
I'm sorry.
The chemicals that they add into a cigarette makes the nicotine hit you harder. So when you smoke a cigar, the nicotine that you feel is like a slow, gradual... You almost don't know it's there until you get to like the end of the cigar, unless it's like a crazy strong cigar.
I'm thinking of Jed here. We got into cigars with a friend when we were 18, but our friend also, maybe I got the hiccups, but about a year after we started smoking cigarettes, also started...
We don't smoke cigarettes. Dude, get it together. I'll tell the fucking story.
I got this. About a year after we started smoking cigars with our friend, he later started smoking cigarettes. Now, we would still all smoke cigars together on occasion. He would literally put his cigar down in the middle of smoking and say, sorry guys, I need to smoke a cigarette. We're just like, what?
Tell that story.
Natural caffeine. It's a great drug. We all see the upsides. There's very few downsides. Imagine, due to mechanization and market interest, they start adding all these extra chemicals to coffee. Methy coffee. It hits you way stronger. If it becomes super, super popular,
that's what I need right now in my career. I need meth coffee to get me that promotion.
Moving past the marketing of meth coffee, it's going to be huge. We'll just change the name. Once it's more popular in coffee, then you'll have groups to come out and say, whoa, 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 millions of people dying.
Coffee causes cancer.
We need to ban coffee. Wait, don't ban coffee. Everything's wrong with the meth coffee. They are totally different things.
It's a bit sloppy, but I can't think of a better analogy.
Hey, I got hiccups.
Okay, so put the cigarette down, pick the cigar up.
If you want to learn more about cigars, check out our other videos. If there's some specific topic or tobacco products that you want us to cover in future videos, leave us a comment. We will try to touch on it as quickly as possible.
And try to quit smoking cigarettes, people.
Move on to something a little less harmful, a little bit more classy, and have yourself a good night.
Cheers.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano.